Welcome to number 95 of Commander Class. We are getting closer and closer to the 100th Commander Class every single video. That's how numbers work. In this video, I'll be going over Lifelink, talking about it, giving a few commanders that have Lifelink, giving ways that your creatures gain Lifelink to be able to help newer players or people that don't fully grasp a certain keyword and stuff to learn and hopefully grow as players. But before I go any further, a word from our sponsor. It is going to be me again. I have a small little Etsy store where I make very comfortable, soft, colourful and funny clothing. That's t-shirts and hoodies for you to enjoy. Now when it comes to this, the main reason I do it is for two reasons. One, I like to be able to give you comfort and joy, and then two, you are then able to help me financially to be able to make these videos better for use. So it's one of those things where it's a double win for you. So if you like what I do on this channel, please support me by going onto my Etsy and buying something soft and colourful for yourself. So what is the definition of Lifelink?
Permanents with Lifelink cause their controller to gain life whenever they deal damage. Lifelink as a keyword was introduced in Future Sight, though the ability itself already existed on numerous cards, which were all issued rules errata to have or grant Lifelink. Cards with similar abilities, such as Spirit Link, were not changed in this way. Lifelink was a triggered ability when it was issued but is now a static ability due to the Magic 2010 rules changes. Cards that previously had a Lifelink-like ability have been issued further errata to return them to their original functionality. Lifelink is found mostly on white cards.
So what does that actually mean? In layman's terms, it's if a creature has a Lifelink and it boinks you, you then gain that much life. Also counts if it hits creatures and stuff like that. So it's if you have, we say, a 5/5 and you go over an attack and they don't block or they block, you boink them and then your life total goes from what it originally is +5. Now there is a few little mistakes that could possibly happen, and there's cards similar to it that work slightly different. So there is a thing called you gain that much life, which is slightly different from Lifelink. Lifelink is I pretty much boink you and then my health total goes up by that much, but kind of best way to put it is really fast it goes up by 1s to there. So it's like if I do 5 damage, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and your life goes up by 5. Now if it's your life goes up by that much, it's an instant thing. So because of that, it doesn't cause certain triggers. For example, it's if you do, we'll say, X damage, or if you gain X life, opponent loses X life. Them cards do not work with this type of ability. That is, your life gains that much. So if the card says whenever you deal damage, you gain that much life, it is if you hit someone for 5, your life total goes up by 5. But since it's not Lifelink, your life total just boops straight there. You're not gaining it, so then because you didn't gain it, your opponent doesn't lose it. Now when it comes to this, there must be many ways to gain Lifelink, because Lifelink seems like to be a very powerful keyword, and in my opinion, Lifelink is one of the best, probably in the top 5 or 10 keywords in Magic the Gathering, because you're able to do many things with it. Gaining life might not seem like much, but when it comes to Magic the Gathering, life is a resource. So again, it is more of you're gaining more resources for yourself. So if you have a lot of powerful cards that damage you, putting a lot of life gain in it seems like a smart thing, because then you're literally gaining more life to be able to pay more life to do certain things. There is also just gaining life, so people with bigger creatures need to power them up more, which gives you more time to then be able to win the game. It's a really good strategy for many different reasons, and there's many different ways to play Lifelink. Newer players just see Lifelink and go, cool, it puts my health up, whatsoever. If you have a powerful deck but it takes a while to get there, Lifelink is really good for that type of thing. If there's cards that deal damage to you to cast but they're powerful, Lifelink helps you get there a little bit faster. It is a really good mechanic and can be used in many different ways. Getting it though is not as easy as it seems. There is a lot of Lifelink cards, but they're rather quite mana heavy costs, quite expensive cards, or kind of not really worth the risk or reward, or you have to kind of go fully into it. The main one being the keyword is just on the card. There is many creatures in Magic the Gathering that just have Lifelink as a keyword. It is majority a white pip keyword, so majority of the cards that have Lifelink will be white cards, but it does splash off into pretty much all of them, I think. I'm not sure if there's a red or green card with Lifelink, but there's so many cards in Magic the Gathering, there probably is. So if there is, let me know the name down below. Another way to get it is enchantment auras. These are literally just you play it and it says enchant creature. I have gone over enchantment auras in a previous video, and it gives creatures Lifelink. Now sometimes it gives additional benefits, but the main thing is when it comes to this video, we are talking about Lifelink. So enchantment auras go on your creature, and then it gives your creature Lifelink. Now there is a weird ability that's not really seen that much. I think there's only maybe 5 to 10 cards of it, where it's creatures give instant and sorceries Lifelink. Now when it comes to this, it is a very weird and bizarre thing. I've only ever seen one deck with it that focuses on it, and they're the 2 Minotaur brothers. And it's a very cool ability because it's one of those things where if you play a creature that gives your instant and sorceries Lifelink, you pay 1 red mana for a shock that does 2 or 3 damage, you gain 2 or 3 life, and it goes on with that. It's a really cool but very niche deck that I've seen played. And then there's artifact equipments. These are, again, I've made a video on artifact equipments before. You play down your artifact, equip it onto a creature, and it gives that creature Lifelink. There isn't that many cards that I know of from the top of my head. The main one I see a lot of is Basilisk Collar, which gives Lifelink and Death Touch. So we'll see if there is many. Let me know if there's your favorite Lifelink artifact equipment in the comments down below. So now this wouldn't be a commander class without talking about the commanders that give Lifelink. So when it comes to this, there are
Kellen, the Kid, the Haunt of Hightower, Dragon Lord Dramoka, Valgavith, Terror Eater, Vona, Butcher of Macon, Elenda, the Dusk Rose, Soar, Eternal Schemer, Nethroi, Apex of Death, Olivia, Opulent Outlaw, Atrixa, Praetor's Voice, Lisha, Sanguine Tribune, Arna Kennerit, Sky Captain, Atrixa, Grand Unifier, Aklazotz, Deepest Betrayal, Alila, Artful Provocateur.
I say a majority of this when it comes to commanders with Lifelink is mainly because Lifelink has been around for so long. It is such a powerful ability that I don't see it on many commanders, or it has to be on certain niche commanders that play in a certain way, or it'll be overly broken. I say Wizards have a hard time with Lifelink because it's one of those things where it can make decks really, really powerful. So that's probably why there is a large amount of commanders with Lifelink, but not a large amount of very, very playable commanders that you see in pretty much like every single LGS. But if you've played any of these, or if you have any of these as a commander and you have it on Moxfield or anything like that, let me know and link it down below. I love seeing people's decks and talking to them about it, and possibly talking about like what they could do to make it maybe not better, but if there's cards they don't know or if they're newer at the game. While you're down there, remember to like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media. And if you liked this commander class, I have the previous commander class here, a playlist of all the commander classes I make here, and a subscribe button here, and I will see you all in the next video.